Hello and welcome to your weekly tarot reading brought to you by Nicholas. This is for the week of September 8 through September 14. And, I wanted to break this up. I wanted to be a little bit more strategic than I have been in this. There's pretty much 4 topics I want to do, or 3 topics I want to do in this reading. No, 4. First, I'm going to start everything out with the astrology. Second, I'm going to do the reading. Third, I'm going to do the tips of how you can get the most out of these readings that I do, these weekly tarot readings. And fourth, if you stick around for that, I have a couple of shout-outs just to some people that I've been interacting with through these videos. So just some thanks and some gratitude at the end. So first, to start out with the astrology. Right now, the sun is in Virgo, and Virgo is ruled by Mercury. So when I looked at the transits for the week, even though this is going to be a tarot reading, I wanted to see if there's anything astrologically that we need to be looking for. And Mercury is definitely the highlighted planet of this week, for sure. First of all, Mercury rules Virgo, and the sun is in Virgo right now. So the sun is being affected to what Mercury's doing and what Mercury's thinking and feeling. So that's a major part of why I'm highlighting it. The other part is Mercury makes some of the biggest aspects for the week amongst all the other planets. Mercury's a pretty fast mover, so he often can, but this week there's not a ton going on, and what is going on is mainly influenced by him. So this week, Mercury's going to square Pluto. Mercury is going to sextile Jupiter, and Mercury is going to oppose Uranus. So it's definitely making some aspects to the outer planets, and that sextile to Jupiter should be a good thing. So we should be looking in the cards for any type of themes of communication, fast thinking, especially with Mercury being in Virgo. It's going to be something about tangible writing. If you're an author, if you're a creative, that type of writing, even office, anything. If you have to publish your manager's booklet or something, or print these documents out, anything that's tangible and written form and mercurial, as they say. The other reason why Mercury's highlighted this week is the fact that it's in mutual reception to Venus. So Venus is in its fall. Venus is in the fall house. Venus does not like being in Virgo. It's a little bit more picky, a little bit more analytical. Venus wants to just kind of flow. And Venus and Mercury is in Libra. So Venus rules Libra, Mercury's in it. Mercury rules Virgo, and Venus is in that house. So those two are in mutual reception to each other. And so that kind of makes them almost like a conjunction. They're just kind of speaking more freely to each other, those two planets. So communication should be a little bit more kind, a little more lovely. It's, Venus is the minor benefic, and so it just will add a little kindness to the words and the communications that's going on. So that's good. So for the cards of the week, I always use the Osho Zen Tarot deck. And it's just the deck that I've been using for, I don't know how long I've been using this deck, 1.5 years now. And I've been doing my daily readings. And one of the things I would suggest to a new tarot, anyone new to tarot doing tarot readings, is do a card of the day. I started finding that getting difficult, and so I actually bought the Osho app. So I got the tarot cards on my iPhone, and I would pull the card of the day from my iPhone. I really, really like that. Okay, I'm going to do one final cut, and then I'm just going to pick all 7 cards from the top. So I'm just not going to think about it. Okay. So Monday, September 8th, the card is Projection. It's the 7 of Water. For Tuesday, September 9th, it's the Major Arcana card. I pull it almost every week. It's, I think, the Judgment card in the regular tarot decks. It's the 20 card Beyond Illusion. For Wednesday, September 10th, another Major Arcana card, Completion. Oh my god, there's some major life things going on this week. For Thursday, September 11th, oh my gosh. I just mixed these cards up. I cut it several times. I feel like I'm getting these cards over and over again, no matter how much I mix it up. It's really weird. Okay, so anywho, I mixed them up in front of you. Anyway, this looks like, it wasn't last week, it was the week before. I swear we had this exact reading. I'll have to look at my log. But this is for 9/11. This is the New Vision card, and it's the 12 of the Major Arcana. And then Friday, September 12th, we have the King of Rainbows. This is abundance. Saturday, September 13th, 5 of Wands. It's the 5 of Fire in the Osho deck. Totality. There's a trapeze artist. And then Sunday, September 14th, we have the 0 of the Major Arcana, the Fool. I just got to look at these cards for a second. One of the biggest things to do when you're reading cards is sometimes, even intuitives, they don't want to tell you this. You sometimes have to just feel it out. And in real literal sense, you're stalling a little bit because you want to actually make sure you're getting the right information in, you're downloading it. You actually can just feel the vibrations of the cards, but like the meanings, like what the heck are they trying to say? But I'm not really questioning what they're trying to say. I'm just kind of spellbounded, like how good it is, how positive it is, and how it's just leading into, just something. I don't know. These are just such a positive, such a great signs. Really excited for the week, but aside from that, I don't know how easy it's going to be, just because there's so many Major Arcana cards. Major Arcana cards are like new event after new event after new event, but things aren't slowing us down. But nothing's like scary. Like nothing. There's not one card here except for the projections card from starting on Monday, which my Mondays are always kind of lackluster. This 7 of Cups. It's the projections cards. This could be conventionally considered negative if you would like. It's not the conventional way you want to be. You don't want to be the man imposing his thoughts on her, and you don't want to be the woman imposing her thoughts on him and thinking that the other is doing something that they're not, or being something that they're not. But basically with this themes, going into it just straight away, this is Monday. You start out with the projections. You're starting out with the lunar. This is an intuitive thing. There's something just not quite right, not quite clicking, and it's something about how you're viewing it. So be aware of anything that you're thinking or doing that's not working out in terms of are you possibly projecting this negative situation from something else? Is it truly a fundamental thing that you're not rooting correctly in? But when you get to Tuesday and you go to the Beyond Illusion, that's the judgment. So now we're beyond the judgments of those projections. To me, when you see the cards kind of synchronize into each other, when you go from a water intuitive card, I do believe that we find out what we're doing wrong, what is the faulty thing in our emotions and what we're thinking, and we kind of somehow waterily will just let it go. The emotions kind of run away and bring us into this Beyond Illusion judgment on Tuesday, to where we can actually start flowing on Tuesday and actually being this complete consciousness that we have. And then by that time, that whole theme is going to be complete. Something major, something big, something epic, something you've done that you just got to be paying attention to what's coming, what's completing. Whatever's completing is like a masterful piece, because it's something that then you're done with. It's going to give you energy to go on and take something bigger. But this is also something to be proud about. This is also something to admire and to be thankful for. This completion is a happy one. You're completing a smiley face out of puzzles, out of the jigsaw puzzle. All the pieces have come together. You're on to the new adventure. And by Monday, Tuesday, by Thursday, this new adventure is going to require some creativity and some new vision, and it's going to be gifted to you. just don't, whatever, if you're holding yourself back from being creative, if you're holding yourself back from the new vision, don't do it. In Osho's book, in his Courage book, he goes over topics like, how can I make the most out of my life, and or why is nothing clicking for me? And one of his pieces of advice was, whatever you're doing now, do the opposite. So for a week, he asked his disciples, like, if there's a situation that comes up and you would naturally do one thing, do the exact opposite of that. So that's a way to prompt you into that new vision and thinking outside the box. So I don't know if you have to be that radical with it, but on that day, if there's something that you're going to do in the cliche way, try to avoid that and try to think outside the box. Do a timeout in your mind. Tarot cards are so good for that. If you can leave this card out, this 12 of the major arcana out on your desk, whatever version you have, put it out somewhere. And on Thursday, September 11th, be thinking of that new vision. Be thinking, when something stops you and you're doing it the old cliche way, and you think back to this card and the answer will come. By Friday, or Venetian Day, September 12th, we're going to be having abundance from all these big events that I hope we're not missing out on. We're going to stop judging. We're going to be completing something. Then we're going to create the new vision, and it's going to lead into this. So just keep in the positive this week. If one person comes in and brings you down, don't. It's always easy when you come into the day with an intention, and then for 1 hour you're just flowing and it's working perfect, and then that one person walks in the room and then ignores you or says a catty comment or something, and it completely changes your vibration from that day. Those are the things. This week, none of that matters. We're so beyond that in this type of week. Come Saturday, now you've had your abundance, now you've had your breakthroughs, and now, this is a minor arcana card. It's a 5 of fire. But just think about the totality of everything you're doing. Just be with what you're doing come Saturday. Something big has built up for the weekend as I drop my card. And just keep going with it. This is the trapeze. If one person is out of the moment, they fall to their death, right? It's that dangerous joyride. Don't drop. Stay total. Don't give up on this higher thing that you're working on, because whatever's going on this week, if you're watching this video, this message is for you, and please just stay total come Saturday, because once Saturday comes in, you're completely fresh, you're beyond everything, you're the Fool. Oh, I love the Fool card. I had a tarot reading. I always go to the Renaissance and get the same woman, and this year she was got the Fool card. She pulled it out and said, "Oh, you got the Fool card," and she was explaining, "Well, don't take it negative. The Fool is this, and this," and it's I've never considered the Fool to be negative. It's kind of the Tao of Pooh, little thought, where Pooh is so innocent but so heartfelt and so kind and so generous that the universe, no matter if he does something wrong or stupid, it always opens up and does the right thing for him, and you're kind of protected and you're kind of in the zone of the universe because you're coming from that innocence and that genuality. So a week like this with the Mercury themes and the writings is just definitely stay calm, stay composed. The small petty things, if your work life's getting you down, if whatever part of your life that's getting you down, whatever is working right, whatever these cards are representing for you, if it's your job or whatever, that's going to spill over into all those areas of your life, and don't let none of those areas of your lives are going to be able to skew you this week. This week there's some powerful transformations going on. You've got 3 major arcana cards in a row, and you end on Sunday with the Fool. You're ready. You're ready for that unknown. So I think it's building. It's kind of you've got to answer this question for yourself. What is this final adventure that comes Sunday that you're going to come into the next week? Such a positive reading. That's basically it. I'm so glad you tuned in. The final thing is the tips on how to use this. There's really quick. I want to be quicker because I'm already going into 15 minutes on this video, but I would really recommend for doing tarot readings. Do them for yourself, of course, but I think you should find a reader that you like. and I think you should follow them on YouTube and do that, whoever that may be, somebody who you like their deck, or somebody who you like the way they communicate, or just whatever it is. If their messages are very clear and seem to be reaching to you in particular, you should at least get one reader that you follow and listen to and help them set your tone for the week, because it's good to see how these different interpretations come out from somebody different, and it's always good to not overdo it, not to have like, I mean, 3 might be fine, but you wouldn't want to have like 5 or 6 readers for a week. You know, you don't want to inundate yourself with these messages. 2 is, don't passively consume any of this information. You know, you make sure you apply it. You know, Monday, really be reflecting on what these projections are, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On Thursday, September 11, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, this is Thursday. What is that creative thing that you need to be thinking of? Can you already be thinking of your vision on Tuesday, even though this is Thursday? You know, really question at the end of Wednesday what's coming to completion. Don't passively do this. Find ways to journal. Find ways to actually consume it. Take your time and actually listen to the video or whatever you're watching or your own reading. This to me is highlighting also, I forgot to mention the astrology. I mean, this is a Mercury week, but to me this reading blows that analysis out of the water. Maybe I should do the reading first, because at the end of the day, this is the Pisces full moon on Monday. So this is some new dramatic beginning from this reading. The last tip I'd like to give is you got to keep a logbook. I got this idea from Austin Kleon's Still Like an Artist, and I highly recommend this book. Super fast read. And basically, you need a way to chart your future, so I guess that's what this stuff is, but you need a way to chart your past. You need to remember what the days were like. You're gonna want to look at your readings, and then you're gonna want to get some context of what those readings actually panned out. And the more you kind of go back and forth and kind of looking at what all this means to you, the better reader you can be for someone else, and the more revelations you have about your life and about the patterns of your life, that you can kind of get out of that vicious cycle of some of these things that keep propping up. And then finally, just because you've listened to my reading, or just because you've picked your favorite reader and you're going along with them, or you've done your own reading for the week, I think a weekly reading is a really good process and step. Just one card for each day to kind of get that tone for the week. As we can see, there's some major life events going on this week, and some major changes, and just a complete flow of energy that you're just going to have to be in the zone for. But it looks like we're going to have the positive energy to do it. So, but once you get that context down, now you can go day by day and do follow-up pointed readings for yourself. Like, okay, this looks like a major transformation. Is there something I'm missing? Maybe you don't feel like you're going through a transformation. Now you can kind of use this as a root reading to start giving you some clarifications. And when you're asking your questions, try not to do more general readings for the week. Try to do very pointed, intentful questions, like, how can I align with this transformational thing? That you're telling the universe, I want to align with this energy in a positive way. When you ask a question like that, like, how can I get the most out of this abundance on Friday? You're telling the universe you're ready to accept that abundance, and it's going to show you the ways you need to align with it. So make sure your questions have intentions, and that's really a powerful way you can get the most out of your readings. I just wanted to do, lastly, so that's the reading of the week. Those are all my tips. I'm really, really happy to be doing these videos. I've really been having a lot of fun. I'm trying to apply new techniques and try to get things right. I'm trying to make it better. So any comments or feedback, it's just really fun doing these things and sharing this information. I wanted to give a couple shout-outs to some people that follow me. There's a Ryan at Dark5 on Twitter who's a really great guy, and I just, as I've started doing these videos and doing my pictures and kind of coming into this artist phase of this year for me, these are the people this is the gratitude section, so if you don't want to watch, you don't have to. These are just my quick shout-outs, just some people who've definitely been following me since I've kind of started coming out of my shell and doing this sort of stuff, and so I'm just so thankful for that. Ryan at Dark5 on Twitter, has been very, very supportive, and so thank you so much for that, for all your feedback and all my pictures and stuff on Twitter. Indigo Kid on YouTube was one of the first people to comment on my videos and kind of been that first human interaction, and we've had interactions ever since, for the last few months. He does some tarot readings sometimes, which I really miss. Now he's going into politics, which I'm not as into as much, but I still like his tarot stuff. Shy Fox has been. I did a tag video for Avalon Spiritual Journey, and she and I have kind of been, I've been watching her videos, and she's just amazing. Tons of information, especially on tarot. So if you want to learn about tarot more, I would definitely watch her videos at Shy Fox. And then Jane Orr is not somebody who's been there the whole time, but today she gave me a piece of advice for getting the shadows out of my eyes that I was talking about in the lighting. And I've tried using this. I don't have a reflector. She suggested using a reflector and using a stone lamp or whatever, the salt lamp. I have a salt lamp, and it's not fixing the shadows in this room. So I just got to figure out how to get the reflector, but I'm very, very thankful for her feedback and her suggestions. So if you guys have any comments, suggestions, or anything for me, please feel free to leave them, and have a wonderful week. It looks like it's going to be amazing. So thanks.